So yes, the radio station, we talked a lot about paranormal events, of which is the purpose of tonight's story. Two short stories and one story from anything's possible, but is it probable? First story, we had a hypnotherapist on the show. And like when I got on the show, I didn't always believe everything that we talked about, everyone that we talked to. But like the poster that hangs in Fox Mulder's basement office of the FBI, I want to believe. So I went with that going into all this stuff. So we had a hypnotherapist on the show. This ought to be fun. Blocked off a whole 45-minute segment to it. We get him on the show. Straight as an arrow, this guy. So anything weird happen while you hypnotize people? No. Okay. Anything... People say some weird stuff. I mean, people come back thinking they're chickens or other people? No. Okay, thanks for your time. That's 45 minutes, right? It's live radio. So after a commercial break, he comes back and says, now you know, there was one lady who come in for, she wanted to quit smoking. So she had a 30-minute session. And at the time, he tape recorded all of his sessions. So this is about 22 minutes into the session. She shot up like a stuck pig and started mumbling in some other language. He couldn't exactly decipher, but he said it sounded like somebody was mumbling in German. Couldn't quite figure it out. So she mumbled German for 30 seconds and sat back down. I said, well, that's odd. So he ended the session, and he asked her, I said, well, do you remember? Do you remember you spoke German there for like 5 minutes ago? No. Do you know how to speak German? No. Relatives that are German? Been to Germany? No. Watch any World War II movies before you came in for this? No. Okay then. Hope you quit smoking soon enough. So I asked him, I said, well, that's not the end of the story. What the hell happened? Did you ever have a translator? He goes, well, a friend of mine was a German professor. We went to college together, and I gave him the tape with her permission. And it sounded like a German officer apologizing for something. It was mumbled, he couldn't quite figure it out. So from possible to probable is kind of weird. Second one, we had, I don't know how to quite explain this one. She was a psychic, I guess, but she was a psychic medium. Not only did she see dead people, she drew them. So, laugh says you. So her segment was second up in the show. So she got in early. She says, no, don't talk to me. I'm going to sit in the corner here and do my doodles and do my thing. Okay, you do that. First hour goes by, comes to her hour. I said, okay, she's up. What have you got for us? She's like, Greg, I need to talk to you. This can't be good. What have you got? I said, well, you know, there's somebody following you. Gee, that's swell. What the hell are you talking about? She said, okay. Here's the thing with psychics. If you've never talked to one, if you want to find out if they're the real deal, if they get something that's close to what they'll call a hit, don't say, oh my God, you're right, she was this, that's how that happened. Nothing. Because you just answered the next 10 questions for them. Always answer yes, no, or That's how you answer psychics. They make them work for whatever they're working for. So I said, okay, what have you got for me? She goes, okay, did a friend of yours die recently? I said, okay, that's a reach. That could be anything. I need more than that. Was he around your age? Go on. Did his name start with a J? Go on. So I want to say it was Jimmy, Jack. Is his name John? Okay, you have my attention. Yes. He died of it was horribly. He died of a car crash? You have now my undivided attention. She goes, okay, let me tell you. His name was John. He was my age. He died of a car crash. It was when Carthage was redoing all their stuff. They redid Shared Road. And he died, he got T-boned. Another driver was reaching something that he dropped on the floor. And was just driving, wasn't looking, he was driving, and he hit Johnny, and Johnny died instantly. He had no chance. I said, wow, okay, you got me. And she says, okay, take a look. Is this your friend Johnny? She drew him to the eyebrows. That was exactly Johnny. I never would have thought, so from possible to probable. Never would have thought that could have ever happened. This Facebook was around, but I have no pictures with John and myself on Facebook. There's no way she could have known that. I never talked about him on the show. And if I did, it was just in passing. I never really fully explained the situation. She had him pegged right to the eyebrows. So, okay. Now I'm interested. So for the big one, we decided one year to use a Ouija board live on the air. Just the name Ouija strikes fear into the heart of many. Ouija. So anyone who listens to WLIP, there's a listener who she calls every show, 3 times a show, every day, 7 days a week. Her name is Shirley. If anyone listens to WLIP, she calls. She loves every show. The hunting show, Shirley calls, I love your show. Thank you, Shirley. This is the sports talk. I love hockey. Thank you, Shirley. If the Cubs win, I love the Cubs. Thank you, Shirley. The Brewers, I love the Brewers. Thank you, Shirley. Okay. So Shirley calls the show often. And she kept saying that she had an old Ouija board that she wanted to bring and use on the air. I'm like, Shirley, whatever. So I know Halloween's coming up. What if we bring her on the show and do a Halloween show and use a Ouija board live on the air? Now we got something. Turns out not many radio shows you ever used a Ouija board live on the air. They pretty much all chickened out. The biggest paranormal show that's still on the air today is called Coast to Coast AM by George Norrie. He tried doing this years ago and he backed out because he got scared. Hokum says, me, we can pull this off. It's no big deal. How evil can it be? It's made by Parker Brothers. If this is a highway to hell, well, shouldn't it be made by Satan Incorporated? I mean, come on. So she brings in, that day I got there early. So we had this set up. We had 2 paranormal investigators, 1 paranormal researcher, and 1 psychic, just to see. So I got to the studio early. One of the investigators who got there early, his name was Scott. I said, Scott, full disclosure, I'm telling you, I brought things in to elicit a response, good, bad, or whatever. In case this goes dull, I'm going to bring these books out and make it rain in here for all we know. I don't know what'll happen. I said, okay. I didn't tell him what books I brought. I brought stuff in. Okay. Shirley comes in with the board and cookies. She baked chocolate chip cookies for everybody. Of course, when you talk to the devil, you gotta have chocolate chip cookies. So, all right, who's gonna use the board with Shirley on air? Everybody chicken shitted out. Well, not me. I got it. Fine. Let's go. So me and Shirley put our hands on the planchette. It's a little plastic doodad that you put your hands on to channel the energy. So her and I, we got our hands on the board and we started asking it questions. It's yes, no, nothing fancy. Oh, well, let's get callers. Caller, you're on the air. Do you have a question for the Ouija board? Yeah, am I going to be with my girlfriend next month? No. Bummer. Next caller, is it going to be a white Christmas? Yes. I didn't need a Ouija board for that. Okay, this got dull in a hurry. So, I mean, we tried it. It worked for the most part, but nothing weird happened. So that was our second commercial break. So the last 10 minutes of that hour, we're going to wrap it up with Shirley, thank her for the board, and move on. During the commercial, her and I still had our hands on the planchette, but we were talking and stuff. All of a sudden, the damn thing started moving by itself, see? Nobody had asked it any questions, but it started spelling out a word, more or less a name, and it started spelling out my name. G-R-E. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Scott, do you see what it's doing? He's got it on, he's recording. It's like, yeah, why in the hell is it spelling your name? Scott, it knows. It knows what I brought. Scott's like, bullshit, come on, there's no way it can know. Well, why the hell is it spelling my name? So the rest of them, well, what are you guys talking about? What did you bring in? Okay, in case it got dull or nothing happened, I brought in 3 books to elicit a response. I brought in copies of the Bible, the Satanic Bible, and the Necronomicon. And no, I didn't burn in flames on the way in or out. But I mean, why wouldn't you? You have an opportunity, let's make it weird. So it spelled my name. Weird at best. So the psychic, after the show went fine, everything went as well. At the end of the night, the psychic's like, well, let me do a spell on you to make sure nothing follows you home, see? Great. Now I have one dead friend following me, now I'm going to have more. That's terrific. So she does a spell for me. A couple of weeks pass, and I started hearing, this is when it started, for real. The noises started. So in my house, I have an attached garage. So you go into the garage, and there's a living room and the kitchen. So I'm in the living room watching TV, and I hear this. That's weird. The attached garage makes noises when the wind blows, the wood creaks. I mean, who knows what that could be. That went on for a couple of weeks. It sounded like somebody putting a tennis ball up against a wall is what it sounded like. So I tell the wife, this weird noises coming from the garage, says me, wackadoo, she calls me. You're a moron. Shut up. Fine. So I started talking about this on the air. Geez, after the Ouija board, I'm hearing noises in the garage. Well, that's crazy. What are the noises? They sound like tennis balls. So we had another psychic, the one who was there. She says, well, you know what that could be. I said, please enlighten me. Well, something followed you home, found you interesting enough, but somehow it's not getting in your house. Good. Better out than in, says me. So how do you keep it out? So you're the psychic, and your answer is a shrug. That helps. It's helpful. So then the noises went away. Well, maybe I was weirdo. That happens. But it wouldn't be the first time I've been called that. So a couple of months later, it's getting colder outside, so we're looking at maybe January, February. A new round of noises started. Now, in the back of the house, in the bedroom, attached to the bedroom is a back deck, an outdoor deck that's behind the garage, but attached to the bedroom. So I'm hearing noises in the wood. So the wood starts creaking. It's like if you took a bunch of sticks or balsa wood, snapped it, that's the noises I'm hearing. Well, that's odd. I lived in the house for a number of years. I've never heard that noise before, but it was one of those winters. It was like a polar vortex. It was like minus 50 or something. So, well, maybe there's moisture in the wood, and the moisture's freezing and expanding and cracking. My logical mind says it's probably just air, moisture, frozen water, whatever. So this noise goes on for about 4 or 5 weeks, well, about a month. So I bring it back on the radio. So I got new noises now. I don't know what the hell's going on. But now I got proof. I have 2 cats at the time, Smeagol and Willow, brother and sister cats. Yes, Smeagol. They didn't pay any attention to the noises from the garage. By God, they paid attention to these. So we have a window in the bedroom. There's a dresser blocking the window because the screen's busted. We never use it anyways. So the cats, every time they heard this cracking, they would jump on the dresser, start peeking their heads out the window. Well, now they're onto something. Now maybe I'm not so crazy, see? More than me hears the noise. Now the cats are onto this thing too. So the noises go on. Now at the time, the wife worked 3rd shift. So when I woke up, went to work, she went to bed, it was a perpetual. So now here comes legitimacy. She heard the noises. The wife heard the noise. I'm redeemed. I'm not a weirdo after all. So she calls me at work and says, all right, what did you do to the house? I didn't do nothing. What's the matter? Well, I'm hearing the noises. Oh, so no, I'm not the moron now, am I? You can hear them too. So, okay, well, what do we do? What the hell are you asking me for? I don't know. It's a noise. So keep talking about this on the air. All the psychics are saying, well, you know, we're going to have a powwow at Greg's house. What we're going to do is we're going to have an exorcism live at Greg's house. This will go well with the wife, says me. So if Shirley calls up, I said, Shirley, what was wrong with the Ouija board? Clearly it's a radio that's been left on for some reason. I don't know what went wrong. When you brought the Ouija board home, where was the Ouija board before you brought it in? Where did you have it? I said, well, it was in an upstairs bedroom closet we hadn't used for years. The door's been locked. I unlocked the door, took the board down, bring it into the studio, and there you go. Okay, now we're on to something. What did you do with the board after the show? I said, wow. Well, I don't know. Shirley, put the phone down. Go look for the board. I'm thinking, well, we're live on the air. She's 110 years old at least. This could take the rest of the show, her finding the board. But bless her, 3 minutes later, she said, I found the board. I left it on the table here downstairs on the dining room table. Shirley, do me a favor right now. As soon as we hang up with this phone call, you put that board back where you found it and you lock that damn door. We'll reconvene in 2 weeks and see what the hell happens. I said, okay. She put the board away. That was the end. No more noises. From possible to probable. Thank you very much.